There in May, good night, good luck. What's that? I was in New York in May, fives, and after that too, but I saw George Clooney and Good Night, Good Luck, which was on TV. Fantastic. Well, they did it after, they did the last performance on CNN. But it was propelling. Yeah. Yes. Further leads to problem, absolutely.
Am I too far? It is. I'm not going to. Yeah.
We're trying to see it. Yeah.
I'll call the December 15th City Council meeting to order. Call the roll.
Abby Hansen. Here. John Hawkins.
Here.
Megan McFarland. Here. Matt McKinney.
Here.
Logan Welch.
Here. Pledge of allegiance.
Pleasure to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Motion to approve the agenda. Second. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Item 1 is petitions, communications and requests. This is the time of the meeting that a citizen may address the council on a matter not on the agenda. No more than five minutes per person, except in case of emergency. The city council will not take any action at this meeting, but may ask city staff to research the matter, have the matter placed on the agenda for a future meeting. We got someone. Good evening. Just give us your name and address.
Yeah, my name is Cassandra Walker. I do currently live in Boone, but I'm petitioning for a building here in town, 1505 Links Avenue. I am the owner of Arachnid Inc., and I'm hoping to keep my business here, but I've been informed that due to zoning laws outlined in section 50-111 for an R3 zoning, I'm being asked to shut down. I'm petitioning to have zoning laws in this section amended, to have personal and professional services, and to be allowed in an R3 zone, so I could operate here in Webster City. The building itself has been vacant for many years, and I believe a tattoo parlor would be a valuable use of the building. I've completed multiple steps to make this business viable, and I have the building approved by the state and have received license for the building to be able to tattoo. I have put a lot of time into the property to make it more presentable and ready for customers, and I have made signage and promotional materials that include the address. And if I'm unable to keep the address at this, or the business at this location, these materials will have to be recreated and it would be a loss for me. And in the future, we do want to potentially expand for other services in the same building. This would include services such as nails, hair, massage therapy, and piercings, or other services. I believe this would bring more business to town and promote our local economy. I've spoken with some citizens of Webster City and individuals outside of town, and many have expressed interest in the business and the possibility of expanding into other services. By changing the zoning laws and amending that area, we could reinvigorate this building and our town a little at a time. Thank you for your time and consideration on the matter. I just really think this building is a good opportunity. I just want to know what you guys are thinking too.
Zach, you're gonna where we're at, what the or anything like that?
Yeah, so she's correct in the sense that this is an R3, so it's not an allowable use within the R3 zoning. If you're familiar, I don't know if you guys are familiar where the property's located at. It used to be a wellness.
A clinic.
Lakes Wellness, thank you. Yep. Prior to that, it was a church. It's located kind of by the high school. If you think about where it's located at, it's all in a residential area. So right now, R3s don't allow for tattoo parlors or any of the other ones that were mentioned. Currently, like R3s would allow for churches, public schools. That's why the high school is located where it's located. City buildings, but not for what it's currently being asked for. So the only thing, obviously, you guys can't spot zone, as you're familiar with. The only thing you guys would be allowed to do is to add a special exception for the entire zoning of R3, not just this building, not just this area, but all of R3 within city limits. If you wanted to take it up, you'd have to do a full ordinance change. And I think that was shared with you, was that it's not just asking for a variance, because it's not a use that's allowed in that area, and it's not a special exception that's currently allowed in that area. So like going to the zoning board is not appropriate. It's coming to you guys if it's something you want to take up, and you don't have to decide that today, of course, but it's something that if you're considering it, we can always draft an ordinance and then take it up for 3 readings.
Would it be appropriate to have the planning commission discuss it
It probably needs to go and get their recommendation as well.
and without any indication on the part of the council on for or against, but you certainly can refer it to them.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, because I mean, the Z obviously in P and Z is zoning. Yeah, this is what this is. So I think it's a good idea to run it by them.
But you're saying like you're suggesting they don't go to the zoning board of adjustments first?
It's not a lot.
Yeah, so it's comes to us, but we can kick it to our advisory board as a for recommendation for zoning board of adjustment.
Nope, 2 different things. So zoning board of adjustment is the board that can like approve a variance,
Right.
for example.
No.
This,
Sorry, the P and Z.
yeah, so we need to,
sorry.
yeah. So
We're
P and
kicking
Z
it
gives their recommendation, you guys, hey, we think you should change your ordinance, hey, we don't. And then ultimately it comes to you guys at that point to either take it up still or not do anything with it.
So yeah, I guess just clarifying, I understand it, but to clarify, people that might be hearing this the first time.
Mhm.
Sometimes we do go to the variance board where they ask to change something. And and they have a lot of pull. I think it's actually more pull than us. They make the final call on that. They kind of go over us. So if you're recommending it staying in our desk first, the proper method would us be sending it to the planning and zoning. Right. And then their board of appointed members of the community, and they'll weigh it over. They'll probably talk to you about kind of pros and cons and stuff, and then kick us an advisory. So I mean, I'm fine letting P and Z take a look at it, and just kind of see what they recommend. Pardon the pun, but our zoning is not permanent like a tattoo. So there might be some wiggle room, there might not, but I appreciate you coming and talking to us tonight, and we'll see what that said.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so at the office or
Sure, they have both their sheets.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Well, there you go. Can I welcome to the podium, Councilor-elect Allers. Sworn in, can you bring your documents with you? We're gonna have to sign them. Robert, would you like us configured in a certain way? I think that. Where you're fine. We'll make sure. You can read along. I will be taking some pauses, but it's nice to have that with you. So if you could raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Ashley Allers, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Iowa.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Iowa.
And that I will faithfully and impartially,
That I will faithfully and impartially,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge all the duties of City Council in Webster City, Iowa,
discharge all the duties of the City Council in Webster City, Iowa,
as now or hereafter required by law.
as now or hereafter required by law.
Congratulations. Sign those and leave one with the name down. Yes, sir. Now I'd like to invite to the podium, Councilor-elect John Marvel. Welcome. Nice to have you tonight. Good. You got a button? Good. All right, if you could raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, John Marvel,
I, John Marble,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge all the duties of City Council in Webster City, Iowa,
discharge all the duties of City Council in Webster City, Iowa,
as now or hereafter required by law.
as now or hereafter required by law.
Congratulations. Richard. Now I'd like to welcome Council-elect John Hawkins to the dais. Would you raise your hand and repeat after me? I, John Hawkins,
I, John Hawkins,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
that I will faithfully and impartially,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge all the duties of City Council in Webster City, Iowa,
discharge all the duties of City Council in Webster City, Iowa,
as now or hereafter required by law.
as now or hereafter required by law.
Congratulations. That concludes the oath of office.
Can I make one point? The date says December 31, 2028. You guys are stuck with us till
2029, I noticed that, I was gonna try to get out.
Just in case you're trying to.
It is correct on the oath.
Yes, I did see that as well, so. I kind of went.
Well, thank you, John. Thank you, council members. We look forward to working with these guys. All right, so we have item 2 is a consent agenda. Following items had been deemed non-controversial routine actions to be approved by the council in a single motion. If a council member or a member of the audience wishes to have an item removed from this list, it will be considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. I have minutes of December 1st. B is the claims and the fund list. C is reports from finance treasurer for October and November. D is the police department activity report for November. E is the fire department report for November. F is recommend approval for issuance of a beer and liquor licenses by the Iowa Department of Commerce for the following: renewal of a Class B retail alcohol license for Quick Trip 924 at 505 Fairmeadow Drive. Renewal of a Class B retail alcohol license for Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh at 819 2nd Street. Approve ownership update amendment for Quick Trip Incorporated at 505 Fairmeadow Drive. Approve ownership update amendment for Quick Trip Incorporated at 1515 Overpass Drive. Approve ownership update amendment for Casey's at 700 Superior Street. Approve ownership update amendment for Casey's at 1300 2nd Street.
Move to approve collectively.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
No. Item 3 is general agenda. Have a public hearing on proposed plan specifications, proposed formal contract and estimate of costs for the construction of the 2026 PCC pavement patching project. Are there any written
No.
objections? Any oral objections? Close the hearing. Over to you.
All right, so being that we got the bids out early, we had a really good bid response. We had 10 bidders that submitted a bid, with 2 being rejected. Little explanation on 2 of the bids of why they were rejected as part of the Iowa Code Chapter 26. 2 of the bids were not sealed, so as the envelope, just folded over And that, it has to be taped and sealed. So two of those bids were not done that way. And also, it has to be two different packets. So there has to be a bid security with a bid bond in one of the packets, and it has to be labeled. Then the second packet has to be the proposal labeled as well. And so there was one of the bidders that did not follow through with that. So those two had to be thrown out. So the low bidder came back to TK Concrete at $831,610. Our budget that we put in last year was $946,000. So we're well under the budget for this project. The one thing I'm excited about for this project is it's going to be kind of throughout town, so we're not just going to be focused on one area, and residents be kind of spread out. So we'll be kind of hopscotching around town, and feel like very good price. We worked with these guys this year on Beach Street, and good contractors. So I would recommend moving forward with them.
All in all, a great number of bidders because we sized that project up. And I think it will be a well-earned reprieve for our residents. There will not be any major roads shut down next summer. They will be throughout the community, bouncing from spot to spot. So enjoy your break in 2026. This is funded through sales tax dollars entirely. And it's really those dollars going to work on behalf of the residents who are paying property taxes here.
We've made a big push on HMA with asphalt the last several years. So we thought it was a good idea to focus a little bit on our panel replacements with our concrete roads. So it'd be a good change up for us.
Call for a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
B is a public hearing cancelled, proposed sale of city-owned property. Did you, anything to be said about that one?
This is canceled. I'm happy to read a statement if you'd like. This had to do with disposition of property along Wall Street. By now, I believe the city attorney informed the council that I have withdrawn my offer to purchase that, just to provide background on some reasons of that. Following action by the city council on December 1st to set a public hearing on the sale of the property to my family, I was contacted by two individuals who indicated they had in the past attempted to purchase some or all of the parcel from the city. At the time they approached the city, the potential purchasers stated that they were informed it was either not for sale or was planned to be used for the purpose of cemetery expansion, or was not going to be built on until after all of the lots in Brewer Creek were sold. The reason I had approached the council to purchase the property was that I was fully under the impression the parcel or a portion of the parcel was for sale. Since my time in office, I'd interacted with one developer interested in a portion of the property and been informed by others in the community that they had attempted to purchase it, but could either not successfully negotiate a price or the cost of installing infrastructure to the site to serve new lots was prohibitive. As a result, it was my sincere understanding the city was and had been actively engaged in consideration of the sale of the property and was interested in accepting proposals for purchase. This is the reason I offered to purchase it. However, as a result of being contacted by individuals who are frustrated, the property was not formally listed for sale or previously told it was not for sale. It was clear to me that as a result of being your city manager, the sale could not proceed without questions about the process around disposition of the property. This directly impacts public trust in local government, and a potential sale under these circumstances would be more detrimental to the city than me acquiring it and locating to it. Given the apparent interest in developing the site with more residential parcels and the associated larger increase in tax base, it would also be ill-advised for the city council to be forced to engage in a bidding process at an open meeting such as this that may result in less than a highest and best return of the property for the public that the public owns. To maximize development of the total property, a development agreement should be entered into for the full site with a potential purchaser when they arrive. As city manager, I'm eager to work with potential developers who may be interested in totally developing the property to increase the options available to those who seek to locate in Webster City. I can assure the public and the council that my prior interest in the property will not impact my motivations or recommendations to work towards development of it with other interested parties. Thank you.
Okay, so
Well, John, thanks for making that comment, and again, I don't know why we had to go this direction, but I do appreciate you putting your I guess interest in a lot that was completely viable to be bid on and acquired aside to keep us from becoming auctioneers. And I appreciate that. I would like to, since we're talking about the matter, just address some things, comment on Facebook, just to give the community a little bit better feeling, for one, the makeup of this council, and two, the integrity of our city manager. Our city manager relocated from Bondurant, and it's a requirement for some of our city employees to live inside the city limits. It's a requirement for first responders to live so close to city limits. And him and his family have crammed themselves into temporary housing to accommodate that. And I encourage his family to continue to look for a viable solution long term. We're happy to have them, and that parcel would have worked. Now, some comments on Facebook that were made about future graveyard sites. Well, that might have been the case before the county gave us the land of the old hospital. Now we have some other options. Other council makeups, other department heads, other city managers might have had different plans for that. So the answer might be no today, or might have been no 5 years ago, and it might be no tomorrow. But always ask if you're curious. Whenever a council member changes, a department head changes, or a city manager changes, ask. Again, we change direction fast. Sometimes the public doesn't keep up because you got to read a lot of agendas to kind of see where we're at on some parcels. So I encourage everyone to just, if they think they know, ask, because you probably don't know where we're at on certain parcels. And I don't want miscommunication to be snowballed or churned on platforms like Facebook. So I appreciate you stepping back. I wish you didn't, but I think everyone appreciates making an easier case. But again, it's a tragedy.
Thank you.
Mayor.
Yeah.
Given the private and public interest now, will the city put the land up for sale?
well, it's still open.
I mean,
I believe it's still open for someone to if they have an idea what they want to do something with it. The city's always open for ideas.
And it's the comment I want to relay that the mayor so eloquently did in one sentence is, if the city owns a chunk of land, come to us with an idea, a viable, solution to do something with it, and we'll entertain it. That's the beauty of these discussions, is we can entertain ideas. And I'm guessing we'll probably say no to some of them, but it's just things change, man. So just ask. When in doubt, ask. And technically, every piece of city property, I guess, would be an entertaining offer if it makes sense, for the tax dollars, or taxpayers, I should say, because that's all we're doing up here is protecting their tax dollars. So just ask, so technically it's for sale. But we might say no to any offer, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to get through the process. I mean, there's been other people ask in the past, but it never came to council because it never made it that far. So, but that's disappointing that if somebody else went and asked that it didn't get past the planning people, that it should have at least reached to somebody else. I don't know. Anything else? Okay. Item C is agenda statement for the first reading of an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of City of Webster City, Iowa, 2019 by amending Chapter 46, Article 3, Division 2, Section 46-112, pertaining to special 35-mile-an-hour speed zones. And it's over to you, Brandon.
Yeah, so this is 35 on, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so
You can take them both up together because they're the same.
Yeah, you talk about it.
Okay, so we had been approached as part of the traffic committee about out here on McKinley Canner. The north-south road coming into town.
This is Peterson's if you're construction, if you can think where we're at.
Right.
This is Lampert.
Lamberts and, yeah.
Founders.
Founder area, right?
Yeah, down there.
Oh, see on the board.
Yeah. So what we've been approached is on the speed limit coming into town and there's nothing posted. So you can see the gravel road here, there's a tower, everybody sees as a landmark. City limits is right here, and what we're being asked and brought to council is reducing the speed to 45 mile an hour at this location. And then once you get to what do we call it, parent shop up to by Ruba's shop they have up here, it would go from 55 to 45 at this gravel entry. Once you get up to this building here, it would be reduced to 35. What we're looking to do, the intentions of this was, employee safety, public safety, as people leaving these businesses and coming or going. Obviously, as of currently right now, it's posted at 55. So we're going to reduce the speed in order to create kind of a safe environment for these folks. So just bringing that to you guys' attention and see what you guys think.
Well, I think it's something probably should have been done a long time ago, but
I'd agree.
yeah, when the businesses were put there.
Yep.
But it's just those oversight things. We don't get to everything.
Yeah, it essentially went from 55 to 25.
Yeah, we're actually doing kind of a whole review of all the entrances coming to town. I know a couple years ago, coming off of Old 20, eastbound, there was a sign that went down and then just never, for some reason, just got misplaced or didn't get know about. So we're kind of reviewing all the entrances now as well.
Someone's got it in their bar somewhere.
What's that?
Someone has it in their bar.
Yeah, so it's right under the ground.
All right. Call for motion.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Then the second one is the first reading of ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Webster City, Iowa, 2019 by amending Chapter 46, Article 3, Division 2, Section 46-113 pertaining to special 45-minute speed zones, which is what we just talked about. So,
Move to approve.
Second.
all those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Now we need some recognition.
Oh, there we go.
Since it's our last meeting for the year and our last meeting for two of our long-serving council members.
I'm sure.
It's been a pleasure working with you two. Been a pleasure working with you two guys.
Alphabetical order.
Councilor McKinney, can you come down?
They're breaking the band up, John.
It's true.
Councilor McKinney, thank you for your service on behalf of the city of Webster City. Councilor McKinney served 3 terms. For those of you who don't know, that's 12 years. That is a lot of meaningful discussion and investment in our community. Hours reading packets, hours talking to residents, and hours making impact. And we thank you so much for that. So we're happy to present you with this plaque that says, presented to Matt McKinney in recognition of your distinguished service and commitment to public leadership, Webster City Council. Thank you for making a lasting impact, 2014 to 2025. Also comes with a delightful stand, and we're happy to present you with a master key, a key to the city.
Wow, all right.
Thank you so much.
Would
you like any building in there?
It's the master. It does.
Yeah,
Mom, you want to come on up? The whole group will go.
Come on, Mom.
Who wants to hold the key? You and all the.
Did that get you into the bathroom?
Yeah, you bet. The fog comes related. Again, Dr. Welch, you also served for 12 years. Considered numerous issues, worked with residents in this room and outside, and done a fabulous job representing the interests of the citizens of Webster City for their future and their betterment. We thank you for sharing your time with us, especially in the context of having young family members and sharing that time with us. So again, presented to Logan Welch in recognition of your distinguished service and commitment of public leadership to Webster City City Council. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Well, no, I mean, before we adjourn, I really enjoyed my time on the council. But I really enjoyed working with everyone up here, man. You guys have been a blast. And I really do think our makeup of the council was the best I was on my 12 years. It was just so cool, and I'm gonna miss it a lot. And John and Matt, we've been through a lot together in 12 years. We saw a lot, but I think we're leaving this town in a better place than we came in. And yeah, my family and I recently just bought a little acreage north of town, so I'm not running again. I can't. Anyway, I'll keep close tabs on what's going on in the city, because I have faith in you all, and but really proud to be a part of this team.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I suppose I should say something.
Yeah.
So as most of you know, over 12 years, I don't usually have a lot to say. I try to contemplate more than I talk. So I would just echo some of the similar thoughts. We've had a lot of things we've contemplated over the years, and John and Ashley coming in, I know you guys will do a good job and doing what's best for the city. So good luck in your next 4 years. And thank you to my family for sharing my time here. So, but it's been good, but it's time for the next chapter. So.
Well, it's been a pleasure working with you too, that's for sure. So, don't deal with awkward things a lot, but every now and then we have some tough ones. So, yep, we got a new team starting, so we'll be fine. Okay, calls for motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Bye.
Thanks for coming, everybody.